my friends, and how are you doing this evening? I hope you're doing well. I am currently at this exact moment in time doing quite well. Wasn't the case a few hours ago, though. And, it's funny how that works. You can be sitting here just living your life, and nothing bad is going on. Like, everything is pretty good right now, actually. I mean, I could always use more money, but that's not unique to anybody, right? Except for maybe billionaires, but semantics, right? So I'm sitting here this afternoon. I finished my work day. Thank you, Stephen. I finished my work day, log off the computer, and do some edits for some other shows that I'm working on. And I thought I should go for a walk. I'm going to take a shower, get changed, and I'll go for a walk. And then, just as I was getting ready to leave the house, there's a fly in here, this incredible wave of despair and emptiness, loathsome feelings, worthlessness. It came over me like a tidal wave. It was a tsunami of emotions, and I don't know why or where it came from, because, like I said, everything in my life is going pretty good. There's always, little minor things here and there, but my life has been pretty good as of late, so I'm trying to figure out what would have caused that. And honestly, I don't know. I didn't sleep well last night, but I did get enough hours of sleep, so it wasn't extreme fatigue. Nevertheless, I was getting ready to leave the house, and thankfully my beloved partner texted me, and she said, "How are you doing? I've had a bit of a day, and I could really use a hug. Would it be okay if I came over?" And my response was, "That would be great." I said, "I'm just on my way out the door for a walk. I need to go, run an errand and clear my head." Anyway, she showed up at my apartment, texted me. I said I should be back in 15 minutes. She says, "Okay, I'll just go for a walk." And then we bumped into one another on the street. Came back to my apartment, and I told her that I had gone through absolute hell earlier. This fly is driving me crazy, sorry. ADHD. And I have no idea where it came from. It was just a feeling of absolute emptiness, loneliness, despair, a feeling of total worthlessness. Like, no feelings of self-harm, but just, oh God, how am I going to get through this? And I say that because I said something earlier to my lovely partner, how when it hits me now, because it's such a rarity, because the medication does a wonderful job of staving it off, when it hits me harder than it ever has before, because you're not used to it anymore. Your tolerance is gone. If you're old enough to remember when people used to smoke cigarettes in restaurants and bars, I'm very allergic to cigarette smoke. I'm allergic to cannabis as well. I can't imbibe in either. Although cigarettes never appealed to me, and if they do it for you, that's fine. I'm not judging. I'm not questioning. We all have our vices. I'm enjoying one of mine right now, right? But here's the thing. When I was a nightclub DJ for a very, very long time, and I was used to cigarette smoke, even though I'm very much allergic to it. Your body sort of learns to tolerate a certain amount of it. Like, I couldn't smoke a cigarette or be sitting right beside somebody, but if I was in a smoky room, my eyes would burn like everybody else's would, and your nose would burn and your sinuses, and you'd get a headache and your clothes would stink. But you could tolerate it. But now, if I'm within a meter or two, so like 3 to 6 feet of somebody smoking a cigarette, I have to walk away because it's been so long since I've been exposed to it in close proximity that my body cannot handle it at all. And I think the same is with the depression when it comes over me like that, because I'm not used to it anymore, which is a good thing. Because you should never be used to it. This is actually a Cabernet Merlot blend from, believe it or not, Wayne Gretzky Estates. Wayne Gretzky, the hockey player. Yeah. It's actually quite a nice wine, not going to lie. I enjoy it. And it's about $17 for a 750 milliliter bottle, so 3/4 of a liter. I don't know what that would be in ounces. I have no concept of what that system of measurement is. I know pounds, and I know feet and inches, and I know miles per hour and miles per gallon. Outside of that, I don't know. I know a mile is 5,280 feet. A foot is 12 inches, but I do everything in kilometers because I've been doing it that way for a long time. But I understand the two of them. Anyway, an inch is 3 barleycorns. I'm having a little fun right now. Actually, that's the rosacea and the pink lighting. If I change, hang on a sec, watch. See? I just changed the lighting. So I'm not nearly as flushed. If I go back to that, it looks a little bit pinker, which is better. This, I kind of look washed out there though, right? So let's, I'll just, a little bit more saturation. I think that's a little better, isn't it? Is that better? Oh, Luna, I know how that feeling is. I'm a sketch artist. I'm quite good. And it's a natural gift for me. It's not something I didn't have to work on it. It just came to me naturally, and I got better and better at it. I studied art for a little while, but mostly art history. Nobody ever taught me how to do what I do. I learned it all on my own. And I'm very good at it, but I've not done anything in, it's got to be 30 years, at least. Just because I don't know, life, work, things get in the way. Last Wednesday, I went to my sister's place to attend my mother's birthday. And my brother-in-law brought his guitar out, and my dad played for a bit. And I said, let me play for a little bit. And I tried. And I can still play, but I've not played in a long time since losing my hearing in this ear. And I play this way, so I used to turn my head to hear myself play. Well, since my right ear is mostly not usable for the most part, I can't hear the way I once did. So I have to turn my head the other way, and it doesn't work because when you have your head this way, you can see your fretboard, and sometimes you mistake where your hand needs to be, but you can visually, that's how I play. I'm visual. That's how I play. I can't play by ear. I don't have that talent or that skill set. But I played visually, and now if I have to turn to hear myself, I can't see the visuals. So it's not as pleasurable to play as it once was because it takes so much effort. And if it feels like work, do you really want to be doing it? Something that is a hobby that you're passionate about should never feel like work. Like this doesn't feel like work to me. I mean, I certainly, I have the obligation of being here at 9:30 p.m. on Mondays, but that's it. This isn't work to me. This is something I'm passionate about and that I'm hoping I can help people with it. I can help people foster a community where they can openly discuss how they're feeling, what they're going through. And perhaps with the minor life experiences that I've had, that I can help you along the way. maybe give you some suggestions on how to deal with anxiety and depression. I could, maybe I'll show some stuff in a upcoming thing there, Andrew. I'm working on a few things. I'm going to start doing 5-minute meditations along with 5-minute reflections in the near future. They'll be released randomly. They'll be recorded. They won't be live. Monday will always be live. It will always be open to everyone. But I'm going to start to release 5-minute videos for those who want to join. You can join the memberships. I don't even know what I got to work all that out. There's a lot of stuff I'm working on right now. But yeah, I'm going to start to create some additional content so that I can try and help as many people as possible. I heard a big bang somewhere. I don't know what that was. It's a really nice blend, actually. I'm mostly a Cabernet or Syrah man, but that's a nice blend. Oh, Luna, I didn't know you played jazz. Did you know I have a jazz show? I don't know if you're aware of that. I'll put it in the chat. Just give me a second here while I dig it up. Yeah, I have a jazz show you may find interesting. Maybe not, I don't know. But here's some stuff for you. I deliver it in the same voice, but I talk about the artists and their composition and the style of music and their lives. And it's sort of an anthropological type of program, if you will, when it comes to jazz. Let me just see here. Just got to dig it up. Is it not showing up? Why is it when I want something I can't find it? That's always the complication, isn't it? Oh, my goodness gracious, where is it? Look at this, I have to search for my own podcast. Oh, there it is, I found it. Okay. It was bizarre. We just put this link in the chat. And there you go. It should be a clickable link, I assume. It's a link to my my jazz program on Spotify. It's called Songs and Stories Supplemental Jazz Edition. And I think I'm up to volume 85 or 80, 84, 85, something like that. Anyway, if you want something chill to listen to, they're 60-minute shows. There's about 85 episodes, so about 85 plus hours of this voice and jazz music. So, I hope you enjoy it, and feel free to share that with anybody who you think would like it, because it's all available on Spotify for you to stream for free. It's also on Amazon and Google and Apple as well. So wherever you get your fine podcasts, it's available there. And the Crier Media Network as well, of which this show is also broadcast on, if you're not aware. But yeah, today was a weird day. Wasn't really busy for me at work. I had a couple of meetings, took care of a couple of issues here and there. Everything went smoothly, and then when the day ended, it was like, okay, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to get dressed, and I'm going to go for a walk. And I sat down on the couch, and I'm like, this emotional wave of despair and emptiness and loneliness and loathsome thoughts. I don't know where it came from, but it hit me like it was like a tsunami. I had to lie down for 15 minutes, and then when my partner texted me and she said, can I come over? I could really use a hug. I'm like, oh, you have no idea how much I need that. Talk about serendipity. It was right place, right time, right people. I don't know what to say, but it was the perfect thing at the perfect time, because I was not in good shape. And I was debating, it's like, I have to get out of the house. When you're in that state of mind, one of the best things you can do is get some exercise. If you are physically capable of getting up out of bed or off the couch or out of the chair or off the floor, putting on some clothing and going out the door. Because I do know that sometimes when you get to that state of mind, you're completely incapable of doing anything other than just lying where you are, or sitting where you are, or being where you are, while your mind races and tells you terrible, horrible things. And you're trying to take over your own thoughts to say, listen, I don't have time for this. I need to get some exercise so I will feel better. I don't know why it happens like that. Every now and then, it's just out of nowhere. And to describe to you how I felt at that moment when it hit me, it was like, oh yeah, great. I'm underwater in the shallow end of the pool. You know, I can breathe and I can see, but everything is kind of muffled. And I know there's people around me, but I can't communicate with them. And the water's cold, so you're a little numb, but you're not freezing. You're numb. And that's how I felt. Oh, wow. Well done, Luna. Good for you. That's great. That's awesome. Keep it up. Good for you. I hope you're getting lots of exercise because it really does help with your mental health along with your physical health. You know, something that used to be mandatory in school when I was a young boy was physical education, phys ed, or gym class. We don't need that anymore. We'll get rid of that. Studying is what's best. Well, we've since discovered that's not actually true. Physical education does more for your mental health and well-being, along with your physical health and well-being, than studying in a library ever could. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying studying is not good. That's not what I'm saying. Study, read, work hard in school. That's very, very important. But it's also incredibly important to take time for physical exercise. And when I was in school, like I said, when I was a young boy, it was mandatory. We used to have something called the the Canadian Physical Fitness Awards. And it started in elementary school. And they had like different qualifications and fitness levels you could achieve. There was bronze, silver, gold, and then the Award of Excellence. And the Award of Excellence, the qualifications for it changed at age groups. You know, if you were 10 years old, you had to do 60 push-ups in a minute and 60 sit-ups in a minute and run 100 meters in under 12 seconds. Arbitrary numbers. I can't remember what it was. That's over 40 years ago for me. But it was mandatory that you took these classes. And I think to have that again, sport is, it's not for everybody, but exercise is for everyone. So find the sport that you love and pursue it. You don't even have to be good at it. Hell, if it gives you happiness, that's all that matters. I will never be a good basketball player, but every once in a blue moon I like to shoot hoops. I don't do it as much as I once did. It's pretty rare these days, actually. It's been years, other than a couple of weeks ago. Mostly because I tore my shoulder in 2017, and I don't ever want to go back through that experience ever again. So anything that is really strenuous on my right shoulder, I kind of take it easy. I don't know if you've ever torn your shoulder, but it's incredibly painful, and it just takes time to heal. If you don't need surgery, that is. I didn't need surgery. The tear wasn't bad enough that I needed surgery. So as a result, I just had to wait. I had to suffer through. And it was 8 weeks of excruciating pain. The only thing that helped was acupuncture and the non-scientific, completely not based in reality method of cupping. But it helped ease my pain. And even my doctor said, if it eased your pain, isn't that good enough? Yeah. Yeah, it was good enough. Didn't cost me extra because I went for the acupuncture and she did the cupping at the same time. And it helped. It helped ease the pain, even though there's no science to back any of it up. Hey, maybe that could change someday. At one point in time, there was no science to back up acupuncture, but now it is backed up by science. So maybe someday that'll happen. I don't know. But either way, it helped. And that's what's important. When you're suffering, when you're in pain, anything you can do to take it away, within reason. Let's not get carried away here. I want to go down the opiate epidemic road. We've already lost enough people to that. And I'm not going to wax about that. We're not going to get into the weeds on that one. This is not that kind of show, remember? This is about our mental health and well-being. But if you are suffering from an addiction, I hope this little thing can help you a little bit at least. Please seek out medical help if you need it. Real medical help. I know it can be problematic. I know it can be difficult, but sometimes you just got to do it, you know? I'm happy to see, wait, Alex, I'm sorry, Alex. I read that wrong initially. Oh my goodness. Well done, Andrew. That's excellent, sir. Alex, I'm sorry, I'm flabbergasted. I've never heard of that before. That's not a good way to lose weight, but I've never heard of anybody who's gotten depression from exercise before. I hope you've spoken to a doctor about that because I've never ever heard of that. I'm not saying it's not possible, obviously, because you're experiencing this, but I've never heard of that before because it kind of goes against the science we know, right? Exercise releases endorphins, and endorphins make you feel good. That's why going for a walk when you're having a really tough day can help. The more strenuous the exercise, usually the better the endorphin release is, but, don't necessarily have the information, when you don't have the strength to do much more than walk, that's all you can do. You're still getting the exercise and it still helps, but my goodness, I've never heard of that. I really hope you're okay. Please consult with your doctor. I honestly don't know what that means. I've never heard of that before, and I hope you're okay. But congratulations to everybody who's, coming here to hang out and try and communicate with each other so that we can find ways to help each other out, to make each other have a little bit easier of a life. Because life is difficult, and it's not getting any easier. And I would love to say as you get older it gets easier, but that's not actually true. I think what happens, at least in my experience, as I've gotten older, I've just learned to deal with things better, manage stress a little bit better, manage my depression and anxiety a little bit better. And you learn to shake off things because you kind of have to do it. And you don't let everything affect you as much because you sort of, and this sounds terrible, but you sort of build a bit of a wall around yourself to insulate yourself from things that would hurt you. And I know that sounds terrible, but in some ways, it isn't. Self-preservation is important. I don't really have any answers, I don't think. I have a lot of questions and a little bit of experience that maybe I can help people with, which is why I do this. And I hope, I hope that I've been helpful for you this evening. I hope that this has been a nice break away from reality for a good 30 minutes. At least your reality, while you listen to my reality. And I do hope that you can continue to come back, and that I can be of some help to you. And, if you find this is helpful, let your friend, let anybody know who you think you would like to A, join this community, and B, could benefit from the community. Because it's not about me. I'm just the MC. It really isn't about me. It's about you wonderful people in the chat. Make this all worthwhile. I'm just the MC. I'm just here to be the talking head. Your community, this community that we're building and growing, is what's important. So I thank you. I raise a glass to you. I'm going to take a sip because, cheers. Cheers. You have to take a sip immediately afterwards, right? Otherwise, that's rude. And you have to look them in the eye when you do it. Oh, that's very nice. Well, my friends, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all as happy as you can be, because let's face it, sometimes life is very difficult. I know, Mikhail, you went through a bit of a bad patch back there a few months ago, but thankfully you found a new place to live, and hopefully things are going better for you, my friend. So I will have some 5-minute video clips for you this week. When I'm gonna make some time to do it, but I will have some stuff released. It's going to be on I'm not even sure how it works. Somebody has to explain to me. It's like you join. It's different than subscribing. I don't know. I'm just going to continue to make the content, and I'll let everybody else figure it out. So I'll see you next week. This time, same bad time, same bad channel. If you're old enough to know what that means, cool. And if you're not, you can always Google it. Till we meet again, my friends. You take care. Bye.